1, 2, 3. Keep it going now.
Welcome to another episode of the Independent Thinkers Podcast. This is the show where we talk about local life, sports, and politics, now on WNCR TV. Today, we're going to focus on House District 25. We got a couple of individuals that we'll be speaking with. First up is Miss Yvonne McLeod. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good. So tell us a little bit, this is kind of a different viewing audience that, we're in front of now. Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know that this is your first time running, correct?
It is.
Wow, nerves,
Yes.
So tell the people who don't know a whole lot about you, just a little bit about your background and kind of what motivated you to kind of run.
Okay. How far back do you want to go?
As far as you like, you're fine.
Okay. So, as you said, I'm Yvonne McLeod, and I am running for District 25.
Okay.
I am a Christian. I start there. I start being redeemed and move from there. So I have a worldview that starts with, in the beginning, God.
Okay.
And so a lot of what I'll do, I hope all of what I do will be based there.
Good.
All right. So I am an immigrant. I've been here for 28 years.
So I love the accent, by the way. So where is that from?
I'm originally from Jamaica.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow, I can listen to that voice all day. Might win me over. Okay, you're originally from Jamaica. Okay.
And I've been a naturalized citizen for 28 years.
Good.
So
was that a difficult process? I'm not sure about the process, but was that difficult for you at the time coming here from Jamaica, going through the process of becoming a naturalized citizen? Was it difficult, or was it, No.
Oh,
good.
But I didn't just come here like that.
Yeah.
So I came here as a swimmer. I came to the United States to swim at the community college.
Really?
Yes. So I came up.
Nash Community College?
No.
Okay.
At Daytona Beach Community College.
Wow.
So I came as a swimmer.
So what was the events that you participated in?
I swam 100 meters backstroke, 50 meters freestyle, 100 meters freestyle.
Incredible.
Yes.
Do you still swim today?
Actually, I do.
Wow, that's incredible.
I participate in the senior games.
Oh, wow.
And I teach water aerobics and swimming, and I lifeguard at the senior center here in Rocky Mount.
That is incredible. So a little bit about yourself. Your family is here,
It is.
I noticed that you have kids and a husband, and they're all here.
They are. So I do. I am married. I have a husband of 37 years, of whom I'm very pleased with.
Good.
I'm going to keep him.
Good.
And he is a retired Air Force officer.
Oh, thank him for his service for me.
I think, yeah. And of those 27 years he served, I served 21 alongside him.
Oh, wow. Wow, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then I have two adult sons.
Oh, good.
They both in the last week moved from Rocky Mount.
Oh, good. House District 25, that's a seat that's been held by Pastor James Gilliard, I think, for the last few cycles. It encompasses the majority of Nash County, all of Nash County, and part of Franklinton County, if I'm correct.
Not anymore.
Okay.
It will cover everything in Nash County north of Bailey and Middlesex.
Oh, good. So back to what motivated you to run, because your first time is always kind of nervous, You're building up this courage. Things are happening around you in the community. You have a voice. You're usually the most vocal amongst your family and friends when it comes to politics. And, then all of a sudden you decide to kind of step out there and do it. So what was the main motivating factor that kind of influenced you to do this?
For such a time as this.
Oh.
So, but I am a resident of Nash County.
Okay.
I've been here 15 years.
Yeah.
And I live here, I work here, I worship here, It is my home.
Oh, good.
And this is why I want to represent my home.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of change in this last couple, 3 years. And we've seen people shut up, locked down, canceled for no reasons often given.
Yeah.
They haven't given us reasons. They've just said, do it. We know what's best.
Yeah.
And that's not America.
Yeah. What does that look like to you as America, being an immigrant and have come to this country? What does it look like in your eyes? What is the America that you want to see?
I want to be able to do so much.
Yeah.
We can worship here freely.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Without ever having a worry about somebody coming in and saying, shut it down. Well, we did.
Yeah.
We can come up from whatever and go wherever.
Yeah.
Meaning that you can become anything that you want. You can stretch your imagination. And that's what America does. You don't ever have to stop where you are. You can go as far as you want, or you can go nowhere. You know, if you want to stay right where you are, stay right where you are.
Good.
But there's nobody going to stop you unless you want to. You know, Bob Marley says, free yourself from mental slavery. None but can free yourself. But, you know, it's a mind.
That's right.
None can stop you but yourself.
Yeah. Now, you're running on the Republican ticket.
I am.
And you're an African-American female. Now, I say that to say that there are not many African-American female Republicans out there. What was the attraction to you to the Republican Party as opposed to another direction?
So I've been a Republican for a while. I'd say about 20 years.
Yeah.
So what attracted me to the Republican Party? Its stance on freedom.
Okay.
Its stance on treating us as individuals.
Okay.
Not a group think. That you can do it. You can do it. Yes, you need help. But you can do it.
Yeah.
Keep going. Push forward. You can do it. I like the ideas of small and limited government.
Okay.
Yes, we need safety nets.
Okay.
But no, you don't need to take over my life. Give me the opportunity to do it. If I fail, that's okay. If I succeed, that's okay too. But give me the opportunity to do it. Don't tell me how to do it, and don't tell me that I can't do it unless you help me. And I find that with the Republican Party, you have those options: the limited government, and again, limited government. I'm not against government, just limited. The individual aspect of it, being able to do that, the stance for a lot of our rights, the amendments, freedom. Oh goodness, freedom. What a wonderful country this is, freedom. To be able to do so much, to talk without fear of being murdered in the streets. Even that is coming under attack now, unfortunately. You know, differing opinions kind of cause lots of tension right now.
Yeah. A lot of your values are steeped in the old Republican Party. Today, the party, post Trump era, is trying to kind of find its footing again, away from some of the bombastic conversations that dominated the news waves a few years ago. What do you think you can bring to the table that will attract a more broader frame of thought or a more broader view than what we were used to seeing a few years ago, I should say?
Well, I'm going to bring an air, a fresh air, air that will listen. Yeah, as I mentioned, I live here. This is my home.
Yeah.
My neighbors are around me.
Okay.
They are the ones that fall, and we have to help them out. They're the ones that rise, and we get to rise with them and cheer them on. So I can listen. I can hear what's going on. And that's something I think is missing on both sides of the aisle.
I think so too. Just having a general conversation about things,
Yes.
you know. Now, the district, I don't know, it used to be pretty much split, you know, party lines pretty much, and demographics. I think it was kind of close to 50-50 on both sides from a demographic standpoint. And also Nash County, parts of Nash County, I speak a lot about Nash because this is, you know, it incorporates part of Rocky Mount. Nash County has been, along with Edgecombe, from an economic standpoint, has been towards the bottom as compared to other counties throughout the state, from unemployment rate, from poverty level. What do you think, what are some of the things that you can possibly implement, or some things that you would like to focus on that can kind of help move that needle a little bit?
Again, I think a great deal of it is the family. We have to build our families. And a big aspect of that is education.
Oh, wow, yeah. Well, it was a big, that's really been a hot button topic in the community, the schools and things like that.
Yes.
So,
and again, so I am a big advocate for education.
okay.
I love choice. I have 2 children, as I mentioned, and we utilize choice a great deal. We
Okay.
used private schools,
Okay.
we used public schools, and we homeschooled for 8 years.
Oh, wow. How was the homeschooling thing? I got a friend of mine now that's going through that. He was so gung-ho in the beginning. He was ready to go. And now, you know, after a couple of years, he's like, oh, man, I'm worn out. So how... A lot of work? Yeah,
It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah.
I have a relationship with my children that I wouldn't change for anything.
So for our viewers who may not be familiar with the Choice program, the Choice Initiative, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. And another thing that just happened, which was really wonderful, was the new budget helped with, and it had opportunity scholarships in there, which will help. And then, so that's choice. That gives you choice. You can, regardless of your economic standing, you can get some help to choose where you'd like to go. And we have charter schools, and people are utilizing those in Rocky Mount.
Yeah.
We are utilizing those. There's a new school starting up in South Rocky Mount.
Oh,
We're
really?
using,
Oh,
Southside Academy.
Is it Peacemakers,
With
right?
Peacemakers, yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's a public-private initiative.
Okay.
So again, you have the opportunity of helping that. I think a great deal of the time we have changed our schools from areas of learning to areas of social care.
Okay, and
we have to
expound on that.
So we have started to use our schools so that we feed, we daycare, we do a lot, but learning, actual academic learning, the 3 R's, is missing to a great extent. And so when you ask about jobs and when you ask about bringing businesses here, we need a workforce.
Yeah.
We need a workforce, and we need a workforce that's skilled. And we learned that in school most of the time. There was a whole book, what I learned in everything I needed to learn.
So you're supportive of bringing trades and
absolutely.
back to school?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Apprenticeships,
Oh, yeah.
trade schools, technical schools, starting early. We're losing our boys, particularly around 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
They're just gone.
Yeah.
And some of them have no interest in academics.
Yeah.
You still need to learn how to read, write, and do your arithmetic.
Oh, yeah.
But let's give them something that they can leave school with,
Yeah.
that they can actually be proud of
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
can be and benefit our community.
Yeah.
And I think we can do that. And I think there's some...
I tell people I learned how to make a bed with someone laying in it in home ec when I was younger. You know, I learned the concept of cooking, you know, from home ec, you know, when I was younger. I learned how to kind of build small items from taking shop class when I was younger. You know, a couple of my friends took automotive, you know, and this was all in high school. So I would love to see a focus on that and a focus more on the arts, you know, bringing back some music programs to our schools. Poverty from where you're from. In comparison to the United States, is there a huge difference that
Is that a trick question?
I'm getting somewhere. Is there a huge difference in poverty that you saw? Obviously, it is from what you see here in the United States. Does some part of you, as an immigrant, sometimes feels as though, I don't want to say that people should be more grateful, but people should like respect and be thankful for where they are, I should say. Do you feel that way as an immigrant sometimes?
If you won't say it, I'll say it.
Yeah.
Yes, we do need to be more grateful for whatever we have.
Okay.
As an immigrant, neither here nor there.
Yeah.
As far as looking at poverty differently, yes, by far.
It's a mindset.
It is a mindset.
Yeah.
Again, we were in the military.
Yeah.
So we saw poverty. Saw poverty. We've done mission trips, seen poverty. And it is a mindset.
Yeah.
It is a matter of what you think you're entitled to and what you think you are grateful for.
Okay.
So I have a pair of shoes and I'm grateful. But I need to have a pair of Nikes. Nikes or whatever, however you say it.
Yeah.
But I have a meal. It's rice and beans, but my stomach is full. I need to have a shrimp dinner, a steak dinner. I have a roof over my head. It's galvanized zinc, but I have a roof. I need to have a mansion. It is. We tend to see things differently based on where we're from.
Yeah.
But regardless of what you have, rich, poor, or not, and all the spaces in between, gratefulness is something that's missing. A lot of people, when you leave the United States, think that we're entitled. That we have an entitlement and mentality regardless of what level we are. That the idea that a poor person could live in a house with a telephone, with a television, with clothes.
It's like unbelievable to think
yes.
about it. You've seen real poverty.
That poor person is in a level, in a economic level that is beyond even the imagination of some middle classes. So it is what you know. It is what you expect. It is what you think you deserve. We were in Kenya doing a missionary outpost. My husband is in the medical field, so he was on a mission. And one of the ladies there came up and asked, I hear in America they give you free money. And I said, well, we have a welfare system, and yes, we help to keep people. And she says, well, how do people get value? Where do they find their value?
That's hard. Sometimes I see that, with my own eyes every day.
Where do people get their value? Is it from what we have, or is it from within? Can we reach out? And so what I want to do as a representative, going back to that, is once again build our families. And those families are built from our work. We've seen in the last few years some of my favorite restaurants closed.
I've seen some of them local.
Just gone. People who actually got value from work chose not to work anymore. Closed down.
So what will we do for restaurants like that? You're the representative in Nash County, and you would be the hypothetically, I don't want to, but if you be the representative in Nash County, and you see that we're going through a tough time here with small businesses and small businesses. I'm a small business owner myself, and it's tough. It's a struggle now to get things back to the way they were a few years ago. without, what would you do to infuse more money into the community that can help smaller businesses? You know, everybody needs a little help every now and then. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've seen that, and we've seen a number of initiatives come out of Raleigh. But again, we have it here. We can't have government overreach. We saw that coming in from Raleigh. We got closed down. There, I mean, we are Nash County. We are not Wake County or Mecklenburg. And when you close us down, you take away our ability to make our money. So as a small businessman, you had to lay off people.
I did, but I must. I did.
PPP helped.
I'm one of those people. I'm kind of like you. I'm not one of those people that I chart my own destiny, do my own thing, and the less the government is involved in my life, the happier I am. You know, and. But
we can get help.
Yeah.
You know, and we can get help.
But there's help.
There is help.
You know,
we have
needed.
lots of grants out there that we can use. We have situations. I was speaking to a Hispanic couple, and they were saying, well, how do we get it? We need to have some of that available. So that when I say available, the information on how to get it available. Because there are lots. I mean, Rocky Mount right now has a lot of money. Where it's going, who gets it, you know, might be different and difficult, but there are options out there, and we need to be able to give all people that option of accessing this extra. But again, build your business. Build your business. Take the chance. I'm not that sort of person. I'm not. I don't have that sort of risk. Yeah. But I absolutely am floored by farmers. Yeah. Who keep going at it year after year. Small businessmen.
I got two more questions for you.
Go for it.
The first question I have for you is the North Carolina House and General Assembly, House and Senate, they are majority Republican, have been a Republican stronghold for a while now.
12 years.
12 years, yeah. So in those 12 years, there's been a lot of different issues. One of those issues have been fairness when it comes to redrawing maps in our state. How would you work to make sure that, you know, if, you know, that situation comes up again, how would you work to make sure that there's fairness in that process, that everybody has an opportunity to get a fair vote?
Lots to unpack in what you just said.
Oh, okay. So I'll shorten up. What do you think about
what's going on now?
The accusations of gerrymandering by the Republican that are in the North Carolina House and Senate?
The accusations of gerrymandering could be on either side forever. You were talking about 12 years with the Republicans and 120 years with the Democrats, and there was no gerrymandering, and it had absolutely nothing to do with race or, you know, even today when we have two justices making the point that it should be partisan because most black people vote Democrat. I mean, how racist is that? I mean,
well, that's the truth, though, too.
Well, it might be, but does that put Democrats in a special category now? Really, we're going to put an entire political party in a special situation. But it also reflects that we can't, as a black person, I'm one, can't have a different view. But going back to the question that you asked about gerrymandering, we will never have 50-50. It's just not going to happen. We cannot have a perfect alignment where this one is 13 Democrats, 15 Democrats, 15 Republicans,
Yeah.
13. It's not going to happen.
She's saying fairness is difficult to come by.
Fairness is difficult to come by,
Okay.
and the criteria of fairness is always going to be based on who's in power.
Who's in power? That's right. My last question is kind of a something that's dear to my heart. The Voting Rights Act is on the table now, and how do you feel about the possibility of? Would you support the passage of the Voting Rights Act?
As it is, no.
Okay.
Again, I have a problem when we do so much based on race. I came to America, and I have been able to do so much, and it's not because I am Black.
Okay.
It is not, and it's, I do understand that there is a history here in America that's different. But having said that, we have a history where at a one time, the majority, actually the entire Republican caucus of Black,
Was African American.
was African American. And so we have the whole idea that simply because of race, we have to be careful. If we only look at it through those lenses, I think we'll always come out with race as an issue. And so we need to look at it much broader, and I'm all for equality. I am all for equality. I think each one of us needs to have the ability to vote legally. I'm not for equity.
Okay.
I don't believe in equal outcomes.
Okay.
I think that we work too hard as individuals. We have too many different visions
Okay.
that we should end up with the same outcomes.
Understood. Respect. So, last question. I know I said last. Pete's knocking on the door, ready to go. But I love this. I'm getting used to the time. We've been on TV. Why should people vote for you?
Fair enough. This is my home. This is where I live. This is where I work. This is where I worship. This is where I want to hear and represent. I'm not going anywhere. This is home. And as such, I want to be an advocate, kind of like somebody else I know.
Thank you. And this concludes our episode of the Independent Thinkers Podcast, where we talk about local life and politics. I want to thank my special guest. You got to come back.
Thank you.
You got to come back again.
Can I just give you my website?
Yes, ma'am.
It's
Give us
McLeod, McLeod, 4, the number 4, NC25.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yvonne McLeod running for North Carolina House District 25. Look out for her. Visit her website. She'll be out in the community. She's a very nice and kind and wonderful lady. Walk up to her, talk to her, give her a handshake, show her that you love her. This is Terry Pittman signing off. Wilbur Lodge's baby boy. Thank you, Miss McLeod. Have a wonderful evening.
And you.
Thank you.
Break down.